Here. Hey, Katrina. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Lordy, it took me forever to try, and it wouldn't let me end the other one, but I think it finally cut off. Hey, I love to crochet. Tank or Susan, guess what? I found more clearance yarn. It's baby. I found 7 of these. Would be beautiful for baby blankets. It's a size 3. Hey, Jaxie. So either today or tomorrow, I'm probably going to be giving this a real light pink, almost lavender. I'll probably give 3 or 4 of these away to one person. So it'll probably be tomorrow since I got a late start on today's. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Y'all can hear me okay this time? Hey, Dina. Hey, Ursula. Trudy, everybody. Darla. Hey, Gary. And Bev. Hey, everybody again. Did y'all see my find? I had something else I found, and now I can't find it. Lord, I lose stuff. Found 7 of these for $1.32, and they had been $5.29. Called Baby Bee Sweet Delight. But so tomorrow, y'all don't let me forget, and we'll do the, chat thing where we all put in the word yarn, and I'd be doggone if I know what I did with that. I found 2 that were different. Oh, here they are. These 2 I'm going to keep because I'm probably going to make hats or a cow out of these. This is called Tender Touch, and it's suede, and it's got much less yardage, so you really couldn't do a whole lot with these. So I'll hang on to these 2, but I got 7 of those other ones, so I'll probably keep maybe 3, but I'll probably give 4 away. But we'll just do that tomorrow. All right. All right. So let's finish up the trivia I had going yesterday. Hey, Angela. Hey, Jules. Howdy to everybody. Forgive me if I miss anybody. Hey, Darian. Zanita, my own Utopia. Howdy, everybody. We started up, and it was about toys, like 60s and 70s toys, baby boomer toys. And then since I had so much trouble, I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow, but we'll get into the 80s with some more toy trivia if you want to tomorrow. We'll just see how it goes. Hey, Gwenny Square, Andrea. I'm glad you can hear too. I don't know about how sweet it is, but thanks for the thumbs. And y'all know, yesterday's live, I've never had a live where all my thumbs disappeared, but they were just gone. They're back now. And I figured they would, but I'm like, where'd my thumbs go? You got a touch of alpaca and a touch of, yeah, I've got that, and I really like that, but this is just called Tender Touch. It doesn't have it. It's all acrylic. But it is real soft and fluffy. I thought it'd be good for a cow or something. But these have a lot of yardage in it, but it's like a size 3. Sweet Delight. It's called Sugar Plum Marled. It's like a real light pink or almost lavender and white marled. Like I said, it's a size 3, 377 yards. So you could probably get even a little receiving blanket out of 1 or 2. But I only need about 3, so I'll give away 4 tomorrow. Hey, Kelly. Denny, it's to give away. And I'm going to get yours in the mail. I'm going to talk to you, Denny, on Messenger so I can get you taken care of. I got to get Linda the rest of her prize sent and my angel prize, Catherine Oakes. I'm so glad she got in touch with me so quickly. Be right back. Got to go turn the water off on the lawns. Okay. Let's go finish these few and check the answers, and then we'll just jaw or whatever. Number 7. And if you missed yesterday's, it's okay. You'll hear it when we go back over the answers. Jules said, if you entered any of the Christmas in July contest, please go back and see if you won. There are a few fairies looking for their winners. They're about to redraw. So, yeah, check everybody that you entered. Hey, Froggy Jen. All right. In the 1960s, there was an incredible toy made by Mattel that many kids received that enabled them to create things. I remember seeing this commercial too with Plastigoop, 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 and assemble the false objects. Which of these is false about the thing maker was what it was called, I reckon. So all these are true except one. You're supposed to pick out the one that is not true. Okay? Number 1, the edible version was called the Super Gooper Oven, and you could make insects with root beer, butterscotch, cinnamon, and licorice flavors. 2, you could make creepy crawlers with it and scare your parents to death. Number 3, it had an on and off switch. Number 4, you could make dragons, flowers, or monsters out of it. So which one do you think is not true? Katrina's giving out free hugs to everybody coming in. Thank you very much. Plastigoop sounds like you before coffee, Chris says. And I just had a bit of my cold coffee concoction this morning. I gotta get on some coffee, and my coffee's almost gone. I see Gwenny Square says the on-off switch. That's number 3. Froggy said number 3. Hey, Grandpa. Grandpa said number 3. So you're saying, it said here it had an on-off switch. So if you're saying that one's false, then you're saying it didn't have an on-off switch. So I guess you would have just had to unplug it and plug it. And I love to crochet. Susan or Tank is saying, hi, Grandpa. Read your email. All right. The next one, we'll check answers in just a minute as soon as we get to number 10. Number 8, many of the fortunate girls on the block had the stereotypical girly toys that many of us loved to play with until we grew old enough to have to do chores in the real world. The Susie Homemaker, remember Susie? Had a vacuum cleaner, a mixer, and a washing machine, as well as the cooking equipment to pretend to be mom. What color was the basic Susie Homemaker oven offered in those teeny cake mixes? Number 1, bright yellow. 2, bright green. 3, bright orange. 4, light brown. Yep. Back, Regina. Oops, missing comments. I must have stopped them a while ago. Grandpa says, hey to everybody. Hey, Deb. How do you do to everybody? Okay, Becky Bramlett says green. That's number 2. Gwenny said 4, which was light brown. Bailey says yellow. I love to crochet. Susan or Tank said number 2, which is bright green. How's Miss Ola, Joe, and everybody? Hey, VJ. Hey, crotchety little sis, you'll guess yellow. Okay. Katrina says she can't remember. I couldn't either. I couldn't remember. Froggy says 4 like brown. And Denny says, Dina, woohoo, you've made it now, girl. I missed what she made. All right, number 9. Which of the following trendy toys created for baby boomers went to the moon to help the astronauts in 1968? I guess they did some kind of little experiment or something with it. Oh, the first thumbs down you got was on a 10-second video. I remember you saying that, Denny. I mean, on a dress you crocheted for. That's crazy. Hey, Kim. Daughter Kim, Ola Joe, it's too hot to even think right now. That's fine. Okay, so our choices are number 1, silly putty, 2, frisbee, 3, super ball, or 4, strange change machine. Never heard of the strange change machine. Oh, it's okay, Danny. I hope you didn't think of, Dina, hope you didn't think a thing about it. And Lord, I said, well, listen to replay yesterday. I said, okay, let's all go back over to Mary Ann's, totally meaning Reggie. I'm glad y'all don't pay me no mind. That's right, Dina. You still got your view. It still counts as a view and interaction and all that stuff. Crotchety thinks it might be silly putty, and that's what I thought. Maybe like Grandpa, I thought super ball. Good, Dina. But then I thought silly putty, so I'm going with Mary Ann. Silly putty. Miss Pat Dancer said 2, which was frisbee. My own Utopia is going with Miss Frisbee. Hey, Blind Needle and Lordy. Evie, I think it was Marsha Lee that came yesterday, and I called her your name. Lordy. Half an hour of watch time. But Denny, you're not even really trying to get watch time, are you? Regina, we know. I'm glad. If y'all been with me long enough, you know what I mean. You know what I thinks and what I says is often 2 different things. Okay, here's the last one, and then we'll find the answers. Number 10, in the US of A in 1965, there were many spy toys available, including the Secret Sam attaché case. One of the most intriguing was an additional index finger loaded with weapons. I'll jog your memory with this slogan, 6 finger, man alive. How did I ever get along with 5? I don't remember that. Do y'all? Must have been a jingle. Ursula says, hey to everybody she missed. Hey, sweet Ursula. Oh, Ursula gave me a super sticker. Now I've done lost my bells. Woo! Oh, gone. How do I lose stuff? Had it right here on my lap while ago. Oh. Thank you, Miss Ursula. Woo! Fell down. All right. So, can you remember which company manufactured the 6-finger doohickey thing? Was it number 1, Whammo? Number 2, Topper? Number 3, Mattel? Or number 4, Kenner? And this will be the last one. That's marbles. Oh my gosh. Hey, Nancy, you're on your way to a birthday party. Okay. Hope it's fun. Okay, Grandpa says Mattel. Spring says Mattel. That's number 3. Pat says 4, Kenner. It was number 1, Whammo, number 2, Topper, 3, Mattel, and 4, Kenner, if you needed to hear that again. Hey, Helen from Arkansas. I bet it's nice and hot down there, too. Okay. Froggy says Topper. Froggy seems to know her stuff. She seems sure about things. Is that a guess, Froggy, or did you know? Y'all can totally look it up, you know. Hey, Keto Marnie. How are you, my dear? Good to see you. Oh, I don't know. I think we got 41 in the house, which is a decent crowd for a Saturday with a whole lot of stuff going on. It's very wet and stormy, but hot. Tenny says, Deb, she's in February. Not sure what that means. All right, let's check our answers. Number 1 was about the Chatty Cathy doll. I'll read these just in case you weren't here yesterday. When I was growing up in the 60s and 70s in the U.S., several girls on the block had a talking Chatty Cathy doll by Mattel whose string you pulled. Which of these was not true? And the one that was not true was that Chatty Cathy had a twin brother called Chatty Chucky, and several of you got it right. I hadn't ever heard of Topper either, but I don't remember the 6-finger thing. Whammo, Jaxie said. That's just fun to say, isn't it? It says there was a brother, but he was actually called Tiny Chatty Brother. And Chatty Cathy did inspire an episode of Twilight Zone called The Living Doll. Talking Tina that I mentioned. Telly Savalas was the daddy in there. It says this program scarred the childhood of many a kid. And it says, in fact, June Foray provided the voice as well for this episode. And this person said they had to verify the teeter-totter, as I distinctly remember the so-called rich girl on the block getting the whole set of twins and the twins teeter-totter. Sure enough, you can purchase it on the web, but they were the Chatty babies. And it says they are highly coveted items for collectors. Then it said later on, Chatty Cathy's voice was provided by Maureen McCormick of the Brady Bunch. You know, Marsha. It says the doll was second only to Barbie in sales. Number 2, the action figure, the action figure, the one we had to pick whether it was Lieutenant whatever or Major whatever. Thank you, my own Utopia. Very sweet of you. You had Chatty Cathy Bev. One day you pulled the string, the ring came off the end of the string, and the string went into the doll, and that was the end of that. Poor Bev. Oh my gosh. Quilty's here. She found us. Yeah, you remember it, Grandpa? Yeah. Anyway, the guy was the name of the action figure was Major Matt Mason. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff about it, but I won't go into that one. Number 3, Johnny West and his Circle X Ranch was the Western action figure to own for lots of boomers. The name of his horse and the girl's sidekick were Thunderbolt was the horse and Jane West. And we picked, I think most of you picked that one. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff about that too. And here's the one about little kittles. And I was telling you about mine. And it said, but what are skedaddle kittles? And they were the dolls with a little device that made them able to walk or run. And several of you said that one. Some I was thinking it could have had to do with doodling, drawing too, possibly. Pam says to Ursula, who's your daddy? Oh my gosh, what are you talking about? That's so funny. Made you think of the Cary Grant movie type. We started some trivia, Marnie, yesterday on 60s and 70s toys, just going back a little, nostalgia with our toys. So that's what it was. And it says they were about 4 inches tall and their legs were attached to the device. It says the dolls really had a lot of variation and you can find them all on the internet if you search. Some of their names are Lickety Splittle Skedaddle, Fritzy Frosty Wagon, and Annabelle Autodiddle. Oh my gosh. I don't know about that. Anyway, okay, number 5 was about Gumby and Pokey, and it asked what was the color of the Pokey character. And I did know this one very well. I remember my Gumby and my Pokey. You were a poor kid, Regina, never got that stuff. Your name is Kittle and Kit. Was it pronounced the same way? Like Kittle? Lisa? You were born in 68. Yeah, Kelly. I was born in 59, so I can remember. Yep, it was orange. Reddish orange with black mane and tail. Right. And number 6 was asking who was the big sister of the Skipper doll. And several of y'all said Midge, and I thought Midge too, but a couple of you said Tammy, and the ones of you who said Tammy were right. It was Tammy. It said Skipper, let's see. Well, it says the Tammy doll had short brown hair and was much more realistic in terms of body size and proportion to our anorexic Barbie friend. She came with a little blue outfit like a gym suit. Tammy was supposed to be the girl next door type. Midge, there was a Midge, but she was Barbie's sidekick, and she was always the bridesmaid, never the bride type gal. Tootie, Tutti, was the tiny little sister from Barbie's clan with a brother named Todd. Tammy was marketed with a brother named Ted and a little sister, Pepper. Says blah, blah, blah. But anyway, Skipper, I had the Skipper, and she was flat-chested, a little, she just reminded you of a little tomboy type. And, come back here. 7, the plastic, this is the one we started with today. The thing by Mattel that used the plastic goop. And it said which one of those was false. And the answer was it had an off and on switch because it didn't have an off and on switch. You just plugged it in. And it says it tasted horrible. But the kids ate it anyway. I remember making the little cakes in my little easy bake oven. Some of y'all said they thought they were good, but I thought they were horrible, even as a kid. But my parents and brother even ate my stuff and just, udinado. Number 8. What was the color of the Susie Homemaker oven? And it was bright green. I didn't remember that, but a few of you got it. And it says, there was a Susie Homemaker doll with a beauty parlor and other things to prepare us for our housework drudgery. It's amazing that in a short time, many women of my generation said no to housework. If you chose bright yellow, that was the Easy Bake color. Easy Bake was by Kenner, and Topper had the Susie Homemaker. Both were best-selling items, though. In 9, which of the following trendy toys created for baby boomers went to the moon to help astronauts in 1968? If you said Silly Putty, you were right. Silly Putty. Hey, Frenchie. Hey, Joyce. No problem. I had problems to begin with. I tried that restream again. It was going along pretty well until my sound cut out, and I don't know what happened. I didn't touch a thing, so I don't know what happened. And I'm sorry I haven't gotten y'all up here, but Lordy, I guess I can get you up next. Okay, number 10. I finished telling you about Silly Putty. Says Silly Putty was made while a scientist was attempting to find a rubber substitute in late WW2. Blah, blah, blah. I was trying to figure out why they took it with them too. I'll read that and let you know about it tomorrow. It'll take too much time. 10, the spy thing says one of the most intriguing was the additional index finger loaded with weapons. The six finger man alive. How did I ever get along with 5? And it was made by Topper, which many of us don't remember. Your Easy Bake was green. How about that? And it said Topper was the one. This toy was highly coveted in this person's neighborhood amongst all the James Bond fans. A similar spy toy was Marx's Super Snooper, a periscope that kids used to snoop on others from under tables, etc. I remember a lady screamed when this one was detected. And then it says, I hope you've enjoyed this trip through nostalgia lane, from the person that wrote this. Your sister never got to use her oven. You wouldn't get up in the middle of the night to make the cakes and frosting. In the middle of the night. Oh my gosh. If something really crazy came from you, you have what? Kitten all over you? Crotchety said her Easy Bake was green too. You didn't get any right. Well, you're probably too young to remember them. We don't have time today, but maybe I can find some that will, that'll be 80s or 90s or something like that. Kelly said hers was pink. Well, while it lasted anyway. It was a bit black. Too funny. Okay, let's see if anybody wants to come up and talk about what you're working on and this and that. This, that, and the third. If I can get it pasted. Let's hope I can get folks up. Let's hope I can. Pin it, pin it, pin it. There it is. Hey, David. David's reminding us of his Hat Not Hate contest ending the 21st. What's today? 16th, 17th? That awful. I got today's the 17th, so it's coming up. Also, don't forget, check out my community tab if you might be interested in Darn Good Yarns semi-annual sale. Hey, AJ.
Hey.
I can hear you. I can see you. What?
How's it going?
It's going good now. What you working on?
Sweater.
Oh, you still working on the? Oh, look at you coming down the home stretch. Looking good. Looking good.
Yeah, I'm on my last regular row for the sleeve, and I got to do the ribbing.
And we got quite a good time, right? Doesn't it go into? I'll have to look back at Jill and
Yeah,
the deadline's not till like September or something, isn't it?
September 30th.
Okay, that's good because I got such a ton of stuff already going. Of course, I always do.
Hey, Pat.
Pat needs to get her tail up here. Everybody wants to see what Pat looks like. She's cute. I've seen her before.
Highlight her comment. They can see what she looks like.
You say?
Should I highlight her comment? You'd be able to see what she looks like.
Oh, yeah, her little, yeah. I've seen her before. Well, she had a picture that she shared with me. I don't think we've actually really FaceTimed, or if we have, I don't remember, but she's cute. I don't know why. Some people don't just come up and show their cuteness. I reckon they just bashful, though. This ain't everybody's cup of tea. Bev says she's already been a movie star today. She wants to be alone. I want to be alone. Bev, you a mess. And I like it just fine. You my kind of gal.
No, Pat, I have not started on number 7. Did she put it out?
Secret Yarnery Cow, number 7. Oh my gosh. Y'all just keep up with all that stuff. You guys get me. Yes, you complete us, Bev. Or we complete you, or we complete each other, or something or other. Well, let's take a look. I did say we'd look through this magazine that I won. Don't forget about Christy. Oh, here's David.
Hello.
Crochet Creation. Hey, Dave. David.
David, don't ever call me Dave.
I know. Yeah. Why do I want to do that?
Or else you'll soon feel the rough edge of my tongue.
Yikes! I don't want that. I don't want that.
Anyway, here I am. Do you see the sign behind me that Brenda made, or Brenda's husband actually made? Isn't it beautiful?
I love it. And didn't you say Daniel came up with a little design?
Yeah, Daniel designed the logo. He actually, just off the top of his head, he created like a bunch of them in Word and sent me a document. And I'm going, I love that. I have to have it. And it's beautiful.
I love it too.
And so
I just put us back a little further so we wouldn't be in each other's grill.
I think that's good. Yeah. Okay.
I forget about doing that. But I was just saying, the gal that I often talk about, Crochet Creations by Christy, she comes on live every Sunday morning at 10. She's just got one thing after another. She's got it going on, and she does like 3, small giveaways, or if you're like, this was one of them. She might have a paparazzi jewelry de-stash that your sister might be interested in, David, if you wanted to give her something like that, or AJ's wifey, or...
Oh, no, I would never do anything kind for my sister.
Huh?
I would never do anything kind for my sister. No.
David, I cannot wait to meet up with you.
Well, I told you the date. And I actually made a hotel reservation. I'll be staying in Kannapolis.
Oh, that's really close. That's only about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Really close to my daughter in Concord.
Cool.
I'll get with you because I didn't write the date down.
Yeah, it is when it is, yeah.
Okay. But, I'm
Um,
here. Actually, I'm staying over at her house sometime in August just for a long weekend. But even if I am, I'll be even closer to Kannapolis. So,
so I think that the Hoover sisters will be there. I think
oh,
that Dion Huff will be there. Um,
that'd be
and a lot of
great.
other people. Yeah.
A reunion.
Well, it pretty much will be. Did you know Mark Stevenson or Ellen Stevenson?
Name
Uh,
doesn't ring a bell, or
okay.
the
Yeah,
name.
their dad was a physics teacher.
Oh, I remember his name.
Yeah, Professor Stevenson. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, he went with us on a choir tour once, and he wound up being my roommate. Mm. Do you
Not
know
such
how
a
this?
good memory, huh?
Yeah. Do you know how this one time on choir tour is the equivalent of this one time at band camp? Um, but yeah, no, he was okay. He was just fine. But
Right.
um, and
Oh, mercy.
considering how I was at the time, how mature and grown up and aware of social cues I was at the time, I had no business, being judgmental of him, certainly.
Well,
Yeah,
we were what we were back then.
I know. And
Live and
it
learn, and we still learn.
Yep.
took me a long time to learn to do that and to learn to embrace the David that was as well as the David that is.
Right.
That is a really hard lesson, and a lot of people never learn that.
Yeah, you're right. At
Yep.
least you are. Bev says she's slaying me today, but I think she and her sister don't get along so well. She said her sister would never do anything. My sister would never do anything kind for her sister either. Oh, okay.
Mm,
And Pat said,
um,
oops, on the nose, David. Kelly said, hi, David. She just found your channel today. Loved the interview with Crystal, and so did we all.
I saw that comment and I was very happy to see it. Thank you so much. Um, I was very grateful that Crystal consented to do this. She
Yeah,
doesn't
it
do
was a
many interviews.
good.
She it's only recently I think that she's started coming up on people's panels.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
And
don't.
I think it started with like Lisa in Canada and Cindy, and I think it was because they were so late at night. You know how Crystal's a night
Yeah,
owl, has
her
insomnia.
hours
So,
are like mine are. Yeah.
and there weren't a whole lot of people at the time, so I think she felt more comfortable doing that. I think when she's come on yours before, just in the chat and in
Mhm.
mine, we might have quite a few people in the chat, or it's,
Mhm.
regular, like prime time or whatever. So she might,
I've
I
always
was
thought that,
impressed that she even said hello, and
Right.
but the thing is, and I know that she's aware of this, even though she's very modest about it. She has a huge presence. So if she even says hello in somebody's chat, then everybody gloms on her and wants to just, worship and adore. And I think that puts her off
well,
because she
right. I
is
mean,
so
then she
modest.
can't just be one of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what she wants because she,
Yeah.
I mean, and that is what she stated many times in different ways in my interview, is that she is one of us and she never forgets that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
And
does what she does. She doesn't aspire to be, some idol or whatever.
no, and I don't think that she's really comfortable with
Being thought of as that.
necessarily the level of fame that she has.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I told her that she has more subscribers than Las Vegas has residents. and which is true. I looked it up. Um,
She's up there and she's growing every day.
it's true. It's true. And we talked about that sort of thing with the growth and the ebbs and flows, because it happens with membership, especially with YouTube.
Hmm.
Right.
And whereas um, I vary within a range of 10, and that range of 10 slowly creeps up. I've actually made it over 1600 actually, but
Yay! And I'm trying to get to 4K, and I had actually gotten to 3920, and now I'm back to 38 something. Who knows, 88 or
well,
whatever it is.
yeah,
But
I
oh
would
my
swear at
gosh, sorry,
YouTube.
David, but Lola J is here, our crazy gal. Lots of crazy people, but she makes me laugh so much. So does Bev. And Bev
Mm.
says, nice of you to, what did she say? I could look on my phone. Um, Nice of you to share that, David, is what she said. And Spring said, exactly, David.
I mean, I've I've been struggling all of my life, and I have just finally learned, and not completely, but I'm still working toward this. But all I can do is be me, be myself, and whether
Right.
it's in what I write, whether it's what I present on YouTube, whether it's anything else I do, the only thing I can do is be me.
Yep.
And there wasn't always a time when I thought that was acceptable.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Jaxie say, I know you just got up here, Dave, but my time's about up. Are you going on? I know Jan Carruthers, it's time for her. Some folks go over there.
Yeah, it's about 4 o'clock over here.
Yeah, so we've got an hour till, well, but wait a minute. Jaxie is Pacific time. So what time will that be for us? 3 hours later than that? Like 8?
Yeah, it's 3 hours difference.
Oh,
So
okay. So we got a long time. So Jan
okay.
Carruthers is usually who we squirrel raid to. Sometimes Sandy Hook Cook. No, she's on Sunday. Yankee Christina Anderson's in the house. Crotchety just put Jan Carruthers up. Bailey's just said, David, the absolute best person to be is yourself. And I think that's what he's saying. If people don't get you,
It
oh well. And I
Yep.
think he's come
took
to
me a
that.
took me a long time to learn that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it
Yeah,
takes
okay,
everyone a
Danny.
long time to learn that.
If you say so.
What is that, AJ?
He was talking to Denny, I think.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Is Denny being naughty again?
Oh, wait a minute. She says is unsubbing from Granny. Why?
Hmm.
You better not.
I don't think she is.
I think she's messing with David more so than Granny.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go
Nana.
all.
Excuse me. 1 second. Nana's Crafty Corner Donna would like her link put up, please. And then we're going to have to vamoose because you know what Granny's got to do. My
Heck,
hour is up. And Darla said there was a sign she saw once that best sums it up. Be yourself. And I missed the rest of that. There is no unless.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself. And Frenchie
I
said,
mean,
tisk, 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 Denny.
I've been very fortunate in terms of YouTube audience. I have not run across much abuse.
Yeah, you were telling Crystal that, some of us ladies have more trouble with.
That I've noticed that as a pattern. Although I do know, well, I've had some mean comments, and I know other guys who have had mean comments, especially some of us guys who are not especially the masculine, we have had mean comments. I haven't had that sort of a comment, but other people have. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't really matter to me because, I've had that kind of comment all my life.
Yeah.
I've had this quilted speaking voice all my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been a secret to anyone, anything about me, all of
Yeah.
my life. I couldn't keep it a secret if I wanted to. Hey, Granny! Granny Square is here. We love
Yeah,
Granny
she's been
Square.
here. That's Andrea. Oh, she's close to you too, geographically, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
she's very close. She's my local yarn buddy.
cool. And VJ, I think was it VJ that won? Oh, crotchety. My little sis got it. Well, guys, I hate to leave, but y'all know. But I'll be back tomorrow at 3, and I'll just come on
Okay.
this because I am not trying Restream again
I do
until they
not.
get some. I even tried a different browser. We were going along fine until the sound just cut out.
I think I was there, and I just had to
Yeah.
leave because, people complain about my sound, um, and I'm okay with that.
Your sound
Especially.
is good right now, and I thought your sound was good before. When you said just the other day you were changing something using the external mic, I thought it sounded a little muffled
Well,
then.
right now, I think my sound is better.
Yeah, it's
Um,
great right now. Yeah,
it's it's not perfect. It wasn't perfect before, but
it's terrific right now,
I still get comments about it, and
and we
and
always will.
yeah, and I'm going, you know, this has not escaped my notice. What do you hope to gain by making that comment? You know, but
Yeah.
moving beyond that. Anyway, you were saying that it's time to move on because it's past 4, right?
Yeah, but tomorrow I will be back at 3, and she was being fresh. Denny was. We thought you were.
Oh,
So
Denny
this was
Fresh,
my
who'd have
find
thought that?
today. I'm still finding clearance at Hobby Lobby. So I'll be giving away 4 of these. It's baby yarn. It's a really it's a lightweight 3. And we'll just do the thing in the chat, where we'll put the word yarn up, and then I'll do the comment random number generator. It's got 377 yards in it. It's called Baby B, Sweet Delight, Sugar Plum Marled, and it's like a peaky lavender sort of. So it'd be great for
I like the
baby.
way that looks. Yeah, that looks very
So
nice.
I got 7 of them. So I'm going to give away 4 to one lucky person tomorrow.
I hope it's me.
I
Ha!
will. I hope it is too.
There
But
you go.
come back tomorrow, guys, and until tomorrow, well, I'm sure I'll see you around wherever else today.
In the
And
YouTube streets, as they say.
yep. And until then, be sweet, don't be ugly. Boop, bitty,
Bye
boop, boop,
bye.
boop, boop. Boop.